We're going to delve deeper into our format options for report writing. I'm going to click on my donors link, voters if you're political. I'm going to seek out my contributors, of which I have 1,296. When I look at some of the columns across here, I'm going to see I've got address and employer, home phone, biz phone, email, and so on. Well, you know, in this particular case, I maybe want some more financial information, and I really don't want all of the employer and email stuff. So I'm going to go in and remove some columns that I don't want. For that, I'm going to go to Format, and I'm going to just hit this little checkbox here that says just show me what's currently selected. And now I can see, all right, well, I don't want title. I'm going to take off the phone numbers. I'll take off the middle name, don't need the employer or email, and I don't need the address default display. I will leave contribution total there for now. Click OK and see what I've got. Good. This is actually pretty good. Yeah. Now I want to add some additional financial columns out here. For that, I'll go back into Format, and I'm going to scroll down to the letter C. This is where I've got some additional columns. I'm going to say contribution count. I'll say average, then count. First contribution, first date, last amount, last date, max, min. So I'm picking up some additional information about this, and I'll just throw in create date for fun. As I scroll across, when I clicked OK and those columns are brought in, I scroll across. Some of the columns are not yet quite wide enough, so I'm going to widen those out manually just to see how they look. Good, that one's all right. This one, I can widen this out a little bit. This one too, I want to widen those. My contribution max and my contribution min. At this point, I've got a pretty nice looking report. I could export this, send this off to Excel, and do some other things with it if I choose. I could also print this by clicking the print button, and that would send it off to my printer. Now, I don't want to have to do these formats each and every single time for a format that I would like to reuse. I'd like to save this format. So I'll click on Format, and up on top I've got Load and Save buttons. I'm going to click the Save button, and I'm going to call this Contribution Information, I'll just say for now, for lack of a better title. I'll do a save. I'll click OK. I'm going to close this entire thing out. I'm going to reopen that by doing this. I'll go to Donors, and again I'll seek out my contributors. I'll get my 1,296 people, and what you're going to see is that it reverted back to my default format. Alright, so I got my employer and phone numbers back in there, and I really don't want those. So I'll just quickly go Format, Load, Contribution Information, OK. And it swapped out all the columns that I didn't want, added in the columns I do want, and they're right back with the exact width that I stored them at. And in fact, I never did give this enough width either. So I might need to adjust my dates, and then maybe I'll then go back in and resave this, which I will do. But I've got that saved. I'll go Format, I'll save it again, I'll overwrite it, click OK. Now I might even want to see something else. Maybe I want to see how this information looks householded, and I've got a format that I've already saved out there that I'm going to load up. It's the same. It won't affect the rows. It's only going to affect the columns. I've got one called Household Contributions. I'll load this, and here I get this nice little report that shows me my individual total, so I can see that Michael Adi gave me 6,000. His household gave me 6,000. So that means he's the only one contributing from that household. On some of these others, we may see, like right here, Ali has given us 2,570, but someone else in the household gave us the difference. To print that, I click Print. In my case, I like to preview before I print. There's a print box always comes up first. And there we go. I can see there's my individual total, my household total, and I've included a household head count, a citation name, and an envelope name.